So what would you say to brothers who don't get along like we do? Why do you think we get along and other brothers don't get along as well as you and I?
I think that you and I both have very unique personalities, and it's not, I wouldn't give credit fully to us, to me and you. Me and you are clones of Dad. We've inherited a mindset which is from a very unique individual. And I think me and you both find it hard to make friends with people who don't share our mindset, and hard to find people who share our mindset in general. I think that brothers who don't work well together really need to reevaluate their life choices. Because you have to understand, even if you don't like your brother very much, who else but your brother are you going to trust? Around your women, around your money, driving your cars, etc. When I bought my first Range Rover, you crashed it. What was the first thing I asked you on the phone?
So you didn't care about the car. You asked if I was all right. That was it.
I asked if you were okay. Exactly. So brothers who are at each other's throats all the time and can't work well together. That's fine, but you're not going to get as far in life, and you're never going to find someone you could trust as much as your brother. So I would reconsider your position.
But what if you have a little scumbag brother who like steals your money and doesn't listen and that shit? Then what are you gonna do? What if you have a little douchebag, a liberal? Then what?
Jesus, I don't know. Well, I think it's the older brother's job, I guess, to try and influence the younger brother as much as he can. We separated living with Dad full time. You were about 10, I was about 8. And I wouldn't say I was off the rails at all, but you did certainly have to teach me a lot of life lessons at age 13, 14, 16, 18, even as old as maybe 21, 22, until I could say I was my own man. There were a lot of lessons I looked to you for. And that's not to say that, I'm necessarily the student and you're the teacher, but you are the older one. You lived these things about 2 years before I did. You had your first girlfriend 2 years before I did. You got your driving license 2 years before I did. So a lot of lessons in life, you had to teach me and guide me. So if your brother's a little dickhead and he's so different from you and he's not the way that you want him to be as a little brother, certainly, you failed, I guess, in your role as an older brother.
But you whoop his ass.
Yeah.
Whoop his ass. My little brother doesn't listen to me. Well, fucking why? Who's protecting his bullshit ideas? You need to go in there and kick his ass. And if your parents are sticking up for him being a little bitch, you need to sit down and talk to your parents too.
I completely agree.
What's going on with people? Like, oh, my little brother is a little retard. Give him an elbow on the top of his fucking head. Correct him.
And if it's your older brother who's a dickhead and you're actually smart and on the right path and the kind of person who listens to this podcast, but it's your older brother, it's still your job. Brothers are brothers. I look out for you. You look out for me. That's the way we've always been. If you've got a best friend and you're saying shit like, oh, we're like brothers, me and him are like brothers, you're not. You have to have a brother to benchmark it by. And if you did, you wouldn't be saying that shit.
I agree completely.